On October 16 of 2024, the alert level was raised at the closest active volcano to the city of Anchorage, population 290,000. This occurred due to notable change in activity at the Mount Spurr volcano, which itself is located 75 miles due west of the city. For those of you who live in Anchorage, this is the same volcano which dumped large amounts of ash on the surrounding country in both 1953 and 1992, disrupting air traffic in both instances and dumping 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch thick of ash respectively in the city. A new intrusion of magma had been already known to be ongoing underneath Mount Spurr's glacier-covered edifice since at least late November of last year, which in the time since has pushed the ground upwards by 1.6 inches or 4 centimeters, through displacement. This in turn triggered an increased rate of earthquakes, including low-frequency earthquakes which indicated the likely disturbance of its underlying hydrothermal system. Further adding to this, volcanic unrest. Its typically glacier-covered edifice became the site of a highly acidic liquid crater lake for several months this summer, indicating increased subsurface temperatures. Taken into account, this places the current episode of unrest as tied with the strongest of the 2 other prior episodes of unrest Spurr produced since its last eruption. Then, something pushed the current unrest beyond the intensity of the prior episodes of unrest on October 4, when the first non-micro-earthquake struck underneath Spurr's edifice, registering in as a magnitude 2.2. Simultaneously, the rate of earthquakes not only experienced a sudden and sustained increase, going from 4.7 to 12.8 quakes a day, but more importantly the largest of these earthquakes increased by 1 order of magnitude, generating several magnitude 2 and 3 earthquakes. These quakes as a whole clustered at shallower depths than in previous months, specifically at shallower than 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles depth. This indicates what very well could be the arrival of shallow magma or hydrothermal fluids hot enough that there is now an increased risk, albeit still low chance, of an eruption soon occurring. This far surpasses the rate of 2 earthquakes a day witnessed before Spurr's last eruption in 1992. Ground deformation data suggests that the uplift, presumably from a body of rising magma, is currently at 2 to 3 miles depth at a spot 2 miles west of Mount Spurr's summit. So, analysis. What is my interpretation of these events? On my 0 to 10 volcanic unrest intensity scale, I would rate the current week of activity at Mount Spurr as a 5, whereas I would have rated activity 2 months ago as a 3. The current volcanic unrest is still fairly weak. Also, there does not appear to be a rapid escalation in activity but rather a slow